Cephalochordates, it is a subphylum of phylum Chordata, and they are the simplest form of the chordate animals that possess all those five characteristics which we know that are required to be present in an animal. So this is a general animal which is known as Amphioxus. They have the lateral compressed fish-like bodies and have anterior and posterior end. All the sensory organs are accumulated towards the anterior end, and they have a simplest eye spot and a simple brain, although they don't have a distinct head or a skull there. Then they have a dorsal nerve cord, and here in this figure we see that the body is kind of transparent. So we see there is a muscle mass present here which is in segmented V-shaped muscles, and then they have the pharyngeal slits which are quite visible, and intestine. Right, there you see the another image where the animal is shown to be living in a burrow. So they normally, this is their habitat. They live in the sandy sediments of the shallow waters and burrow in the sands or the debris, and then they filter their food from the water. Although they are capable of swimming, but they prefer to live in the burrows. The animal body is small, about 3 to 7 centimeters in size or in length, and they have all those five characteristics, which are their dorsal hollow nerve cord, then the notochord, and then pharynx or pharyngeal slits, and then endostyle and a post-anal tail. The skin of the animal or the integument is basically folded medially on the top on the dorsal side to form a fin-like structure. Here you see this is a fin-like structure on the top of the body, dorsal side of the body, and this fold extends towards the ventral side from the caudal region to make a caudal fin too. Right, so this is the general shape and then the cross section of the animal, where we will notice all different distinct characteristics or the different organs present in the animal body. So first of all, we will talk about this. The top, the outer covering is the integument. Right, and this integument is folded to form a dorsal fin. Right, so integument is folded to form a dorsal fin. It's not a separate limb or appendage. It's just a fold of the integument. Okay, and then this fold extends towards the ventral side to form a caudal fin until here. ठीक है जी, ये सारा caudal fin हो गया. And this one is the dorsal fin. From the anterior side, if we start, there is a pointy appearance or pointy structure at the front, which is called the rostrum. And rostrum is basically the nose-like entry of the animal. It is supported by the notochord, and this is the organ which is used for digging in these animals. They burrow using this hard rostrum. Then there is a mouth opening or buccal opening here, which is surrounded by the tentacles or cerci. So these are sensory in nature. So their function is to sense the composition of the water and food they are taking in, and also it is attached to another specialized organ which is called the wheel organ.
Arrangement is similar to that seen in fish and provides evidence that the
animal body. From this buccal cavity leads is the present is a basket-like structures or the slit-like structures, that is their pharynx. And pharynx is basically these bars are the gill slits, gills bars, right? So the slits and bars, so the water entering from their mouth and passes throughout through these pharyngeal slits towards the outside of the body. Okay. Then beneath the skin you see this reddish portion. So this reddish segmented portion. So these are the muscles or the muscle segments that is called myotomes. Okay. And beneath those muscle structures is this bluish structure that is a dorsal nerve cord, and it is hollow. Beneath that blue nerve cord, this is a pinkish part. You see the notochord. Notochord के नीचे फिर हमारे intestine आ गया. Okay, so this is their intestine. Intestine goes along the length of the body just before the tail, and it empties outside the body through an opening that is called an anus. Okay, ji. Then something noteworthy in the intestine or the digestive system is that there is a pouch-like appearance, a finger-like projection. See, this is behind the pharynx. So this pouch-like appearance or the finger-like projection is called hepatic cecum. And hepatic cecum is basically the site where the food gets trapped and the digestive enzymes are secreted for its digestion. Beneath the intestine, you see these bluish segmented parts, right? So these are not segmented parts, actually they are gonads. Okay? They have both male and female gonads present in the single animals. So they lie at the base of the animal body internally. And one more thing is that when the water passes into the pharyngeal cavity and then moves out from the pharyngeal slits, we know that animal is surrounded by a skin which is not permeable for the water. So they might have a cavity here somewhere. So that cavity is called an atrium. They haven't mentioned it. So this cavity here is called atrium. Atrium, and then atrium leads towards the outside of the body, is connected towards the external water, and have a specialized opening here, which is called an atriopore. ठीक है जी, atrium has an atriopore. So the water coming from the pharyngeal slits is moved in the cavity and gets out from the body through the atriopore. Also, these gonads, when they are mature, they release the gametes in this cavity, and the water moving out takes the gametes out of the body.